So we're going to start off this morning with a little bit of yoga from Tracy Mann, and he has 3 degrees, one in Kinesiology, Commerce, and Arts. He has traveled the world teaching yoga. He's actually also a black belt in Judo, Karate, and Aikido. I didn't know you could get, well, I didn't know what Aikido was before. It is a Japanese martial art that symbolizes the way of unifying things. So please join me in welcome Tracy Mann in warming us up, I guess.
Thanks for having me again here. This to me is a community, and a big part of yoga is developing community. Community is very important for support, and it's really great to see all of you here supporting each other, so thank you for that as well. My father had prostate cancer in his 70s, and he luckily got through that bout. And my mother had breast cancer, and she also got through that bout as well. And I was just thinking, even last night, our kids are staying over at our neighbors, and Dave and Colleen, and Dave actually is going through a cancer treatment right now as well. So it's prevalent. It touches all of us, which is really important to acknowledge that as well. What I thought we'd do today, we have to move the tables apart. We can do downward facing dog handstand today. Some side plank and some back bends. No, we're going to, we don't have the room for that, of course, and there's a wide variety of people here today. So might I ask, who has done yoga before? Anybody? Perfect. Wow. That's phenomenal. The growth in yoga has been, I think statistically, they say 30 million people in North America have done or now do yoga, so it's really great to see. And the more you look around, you see people, there's kids yoga, yoga for back problems, yoga for runners, yoga for golfers, yoga for all types again. So I'm glad to see that this is going to work well for you guys as well. So I need your help. You have to be a little bit open-minded to all of this. Don't be frightened. Don't be scared. But I ask you to stand up today. Just sort of push your chairs a little bit back away from your table and surround your table. Just move your chairs back a little bit if you would. Perfect. The word namaste, when I first started doing yoga, I was a little bit worried about I thought the cultish part of yoga. I was really worried about things they'd ask me to say, but the word namaste is a recognition of light in each other. And what it is really is, if you look around to your neighbors around the table right now, there's no clones, is there, in the room currently, presently? So you kind of look beyond the physical differences of different people, and what we look at when we wish each other namaste is we look at the sameness. We're all here on the same path. We want each other to be healthy. We want to leave a legacy, a good mark in our communities. We want to leave the world in a good place for our children. So I would ask if you would be so kind just to put your hands in front of your heart. Just look to your neighbors here and wish each other namaste. Namaste, everybody. Namaste. Don't be scared. Namaste. Perfect. That's nice. Thank you. Now, if you could just put your fingertips on your chair or on the table momentarily and sort of stand with your feet parallel underneath your sit bones. Draw your shoulders up and down and back for a second, and then relax your hands down beside your body for a moment, if you would, everybody. If you notice that your thumbs turn towards each other, probably the shoulders are rolling forward, your upper back is a little kyphotic, so try to roll the shoulders down and back so your palms turn a little bit more forwards, or at least your thumbs point forwards if you would. And just sort of close your eyes now, if you would. Either fingertips lightly on the table if you need a little bit of balancing support, or let your hands dangle beside your body if you would today. The next part is just press down with your feet, so grow up your legs, up your shin bones, up your thighs, up your spine to the top of your head like you're growing like a tree. And then relax all the protective stuff. Relax your shoulders down, let your arms drop a little bit further, and allow the top of the head to float up towards the ceiling. At the same time, observe your face. Relax your forehead. Maybe take your hands for a moment. Relax your massage your forehead, your temples, your jaw, and if you like, again, massage the faces of the people to the left and right of you if you want to today. With their permission, of course. Again, hands hanging down beside you, everybody. Just draw your low belly slightly inwards. And just from my modest perspective again, we're surrounded by really well-educated medical professionals today. And my background's a bit more modest than that, but draw your low belly in, draw your transverse fibers of your abdomen in, and try to utilize your pelvic floor. So as you push into the floor, get a sense that you're lifting your pelvic floor a little bit up and in to activate those pelvic muscles again, to restore some strength and continuity there. So it's important to have good blood flow in the pelvic area for prostate reasons as well. As you're relaxing your shoulders down, you soften your face. Just move the sides of your neck or the sides of your cheeks a little bit towards the wall behind you. So you align your cervical spine with your thoracic spine along with your lower back. You've got nice space between all of your vertebrae. You feel like you're floating at this point in time. And if you would today, notice your breathing through the inner rings of your nostrils, down your throat into your lungs, and start to expand and deepen your breathing a little bit deeper, a little bit fuller today. And as you breathe, long, slow, deep breath into your nose again, you might start to notice the subtleness of your body relaxing, becoming calmer, becoming quieter. Because primarily, we have a fight or flight scenario that happens in our bodies that are a consequence of our minds again. So if we perceive things as life-threatening, it causes tension, it causes an agitated breathing quality, which agitates our mind and in turn agitates our physical bodies again. We want to take ourselves out of our sympathetic nervous state, which essentially is that fight or flight, anxious sort of where I can't sleep at nighttime sort of feeling. As you breathe long, slow, deep breath through your nose again, you kind of slightly shift and sort of lean into your parasympathetic nervous state, where your deep breathing again calms and quiets the body down, reduces some of the tensions out of our shoulders, out of our bodies at this point in time. The shoulder tension you might feel might be the diagnosis. You know, you've heard recently. It could be the price of oil for some of us. It could be the fact that your mother-in-law is visiting you this weekend as well. So try to relax all that tension down if you would today, everybody. With a nice long deep breath in today, just slowly float your hands over top of it up towards the ceiling. As they go up, relax your shoulders down, relax them down. Sort of plug your shoulders into the shoulder sockets. Allow the elbows to go a little bit straighter, looking up towards the ceiling if you like. Look up if you want to. And take long, slow, steady breath in, keeping your ribcage a little bit down and in, so your breath stays deep and full the entire time again. Today, if you're comfortable with it, you could pick up your left wrist with your right hand, or leave your right hand down beside your right thigh if you like. And taking a long, steady breath in, equal weight into both feet, just lean slowly out towards the right side of the room. Long, lengthy from your left foot up towards your arm, towards your fingertips. With your belly drawn in, your lower back supported, reach up a little bit higher, take a little bit more of a lean to the right if you like. And as you inhale, slowly come back up to center, and as you exhale, relax your left hand down beside your body again. Perfect. Beautiful. Now as you inhale, float both hands over top of the head again. Relax your shoulders down, press down with your feet. You could pick up your right wrist with your left hand, or leave your left hand down beside your left thigh if you like. Take a long breath as you stretch up, and as you exhale, slowly lean out towards the left again in a way that's comfortable, that doesn't, again, agitate your back or irritate your spine in any particular way. Take one more deep breath, leaning a little further to the left, and slowly come back up again. Now relax your hands back down. Beautiful, everybody. Take your hands around behind if you would, so either interlace your fingers behind your back, or rest your thumbs on your sacrum, and just sort of relax your shoulders down and back as you press into your feet today. And if comfortable, you can squeeze your arms a little bit straighter, and then maybe even start to float the hands up towards the wall behind you today to open up your shoulders, open up the front of your delts today. Big, long, steady breath there. Nice. Take a long, steady breath in. You just slowly exhale the hands back down to hold your waist if you would. Now holding your waist today, just take a nice slow circle, orbiting your pelvis from the right to the back wall to the left, and don't be shy here. Sort of picture yourself in Maui at the North Beach here, just doing a little hula if you would. Just slowly again, massaging your lower back as you move your hips for a little bit. If you don't use it, you lose it. We all kind of know that. If you don't use your mobility, over the course of time, it just sort of becomes a bit more distant. At the same time, roll your body the other way, just slow again rolls through your lower back and your hips today. And kind of let go of any inhibitions if you would again. It's natural again for ego to inhibit our actions and our decisions here. Perfect. Nice long breath. We just pause for a moment. Again, let your hands drop down beside your thighs, everybody. We take a long, steady breath and just slowly turn your chin to the right, closing your eyes or keeping your eyes open. Just do a slow turn. As you breathe in, stand a little bit taller. And as you breathe out with your belly drawn in still, just softly move your chin a little further to the right, again, to take your neck through a nice range of motion, if you would, today. Long, steady breath in. Next time you inhale, turn the head slowly back to the center. Relax your shoulders down. And as you exhale, turn the head gradually to the left, just isolating your cervical spine again, which is a huge benefit when you're shoulder checking. I hope you all shoulder check still. And then gradually bring your gaze back around to the front today. Perfect. Now today, just real slow, if you would, find your way back to your chair. Sit down in your chair again. And as you sit down to your chair, you have sort of two choices. Either sit with your back against the back, or I prefer, if you would, to sit with your body a little bit more forward, so your feet are down flat to the front, your back is off the back of the support system again. And closing your eyes, just sort of rest your hands on your thighs, if you would. Perfect. I read the other day that they said sitting is like smoking. It's just not good for us to sit for long lengths of time again. So resting your hands lightly on your thighs today, Relax your shoulders down. Sit nice and tall, your head over top of your spine. Then very gently push your feet into the floor again. As you push your feet into the floor softly, you'll feel an effect through your legs up into your pelvis. As you rise up from your tailbone to the top of the head again, we adjust the size of your face, the size of your neck, a little bit towards the wall behind you. Perfect. Chin tucks a little bit down and in. The eyes are closed. We take long, slow, steady inhale and exhale. Then we do an intuitive scan, not unlike a CT scan or an MRI. Instead of looking around, you kind of look inside and sort of feel intelligently for what's sort of going on today. So as you press your feet lightly into the floor again, just sort of soften the tops of your feet, relax into your ankles. Then bring your attention up your shin bones, relaxing the front of your shins, the anterior tibs, the back of your calf muscles. And just sort of notice your hands are resting very lightly on top of your thighs. Your elbows are bent. Your shoulders are really soft again. Allow your legs to soften, relax your thighs, your hamstrings. You kind of feel your hips, your hamstrings resting on top of the chair. And not unlike a tree, start to grow from your tailbone up your lower back, up your spine to the top, and recognizing every one of us, where our vertebrae will start to narrow over the course of time, and we'll get more compression in our lumbar spine to our lower back. So keeping your belly firm, sit nice and tall in your chair today. Hands to your thigh, take a big breath in. As you exhale, drop your right ear up and over top of your right shoulder for a moment again. It's like you've got a little chocolate Easter egg under your right jaw. You don't want to crush it at all. You take a long, deep breath there. As you exhale, very gently allow the chin to drop down to the front of your right shoulder ever so gradually, lengthening the left side of your neck and relaxing your left shoulders down. Long, steady breath here. You breathe in again, sit a little bit taller. As you exhale again, allow the chin to drop a little further down to that shoulder, releasing some of that tension again that you might be feeling in the back of your neck and shoulders today. One more long, slow, steady breath through your nose again. As you exhale, softly drop your chin just a little bit further down to that shoulder. Now when you inhale, slowly bring your head back up again. And as you exhale, the head goes up and over to the left this time. There's a long, deep breath there. And as you exhale, softly drop your ear a little further down to your shoulder again. Good. Sit tall, your ribs and belly stay firm. As you exhale again, the chin drops a little further to the left if comfortable. And you drop the chin slowly down to the front of our left shoulder, gradually drawing length into our left neck and shoulders again. Nice, long, slow, steady breath. Beautiful. Good. Now very gently bring your gaze back up, everybody. Head over top of your shoulders. Rest your hands back to your thighs if they're not already there again. Nice, big, long breath in again. Good. With your rest hand, take your right hand over to your left thigh today. Just do an easy rotation. So right hand to left thigh. Right hand to left thigh. Left hand to your left hip, or hold the chair with your left hand if you like. Take a long, steady breath and just do a slow, gradual spinal rotation to the left now. Just a slow turn to the left. No rush, no hurry. No hurry, no worry. We take long, steady breath in. And then every time you exhale, decompress your lungs, just turn a little bit further in a way that feels really good for your back, feels really good for your spine. One more long, big, steady breath in, sitting nice and tall. Again, when you exhale, just a little slow turn again, a little bit further to the left again today. Perfect. We inhale, softly bring your gaze back around to the front. You relax your shoulders down, breathe so you sit nice and tall again. Left hand to right thigh, right hand down to the side of your chair. Take a big, long, steady breath in. Just kind of slowly turn to the right. Chin tucked a little bit down and in. Shoulders nice and soft. Big, long, slow, steady breath in. You know, with slow, deep breathing, it kind of keeps you into that really responsive part of our nervous system. So we're not reactive, we're not irritated, we're not anxious. We can sort of calm and drop our blood pressures, drop our heart rates, put blood flow to where it needs to go, rather than shunting it off to our arms and limbs, fearful or anxious. Take one more deep breath there. Slow turn towards the right. And then gradually bring your gaze back around to the front today. Perfect. The last part today, just simply rest your hands on top of your thighs if you would. Sitting nice and tall. Eyes closed, chin tucked a little bit in. Your back off the chair if possible, utilizing your own back strength rather than being reliant on the chair today. For about 10 to 12 breaths today, 10 to 12 long, slow inhales and exhales with your eyes closed. I'd ask you to breathe very deep, kind of relaxing as much as you can your outer body, your outer armor. So it's not unlike a lot of us walk around like we have a big broadsword and we're wearing a lot of armor. You want to put the broadsword down, kind of take the armor off for a little while. As you take a big breath in, again, long breath out, picture in your mind's eye somebody very important to you that's had a powerful influence on you. Could be children, could be your mother or dad, maybe they've passed. Could be your best friend from grade 1, could be a very inspirational teacher from once upon a time. As you breathe deep, sort of picture them in your mind's eye and recognizing again, my joyfulness, my optimism really is a result of my gratefulness, being very appreciative. If I take things for granted again, I lose my appreciation, I lose my joy. As you take long, steady breaths, just sort of picture them in your mind's eye today. So lucky to have that interaction with those particular people. Good. Now the next part, keep breathing nice and deep today. But just go inside if you would, kind of maybe look back a little bit in your past if you could today. And just reflect upon, maybe you felt you were done wrong by somebody once upon a time. You still sort of pull that forward into this particular time. Or you feel like you've done something wrong to somebody. I wish I could have gone back in time and relived that, changed it, altered it. I still think about it, that sort of fun. So if you could today, just sort of chip away at it. Just maybe let a little bit of that go. You know, self-forgive, forgive ourselves. Or if we feel like we've done somebody wrong, let it go. It's too burdensome. It's too exhausting. It draws my energy. I need to use my energy for better purposes, essentially. So nice, long, steady breath there. So it creates prana. Prana is a consequence of pranayama, very deep breathing. And prana, from one of my yoga teachers, Vishva, he would say prana is optimism, it's vitality, it's a zest for life. It's being hopeful in difficult circumstances, knowing that everything is impermanent anyways. That's what we want to. That's what we do yoga for prana, for vitality, for that smiling for no particular reason, just because we're lucky to have those people in our lives today. The last part, if you would, as you're breathing very deep today, if you could, just send some intention, send some awareness, send some energy to someone who needs it. You know, maybe it's myself. Maybe I need to send myself some good energy today, some healing energy today. Or maybe you know of somebody who really needs that. They need that energetic support. And in yoga, it's yuch, or yoke. It's the yoking of our energetic body, you know, what we're remembered for. We're remembered for the experiences we have, the interactions we have with each other. We're not remembered for our physicality, believe me. We're not remembered for how short, how tall we are. We're not remembered for any of those particular things. How flexible we are is not that consequential. But we're remembered for the imprint we have on other people. So send somebody some good energy today, if you would. We all need that. We all need that energy. And that's karma yoga. That's sending energy, doing things for other people for no self-regard. So it's not for getting a tax receipt. It's not for getting a pat in the back. It's not for getting my name in the paper. We do it because it's important to do that. Nice, long, steady breath there. And then keeping your eyes closed, and just kind of gradually bring your hands in front of your heart if you would today. Just be open-minded if you could. Close your eyes. Rub your palms for a little while. Rub them nice and warm. Make them nice and warm. So they're physically warmed again. Once your hands are physically warmed today, just kind of place your hands over top of your eyes and your forehead. The purpose for that is to warm our foreheads, or right between our eyebrows is where we think too much. We get too much in our sympathetic nervous system. It clouds our perspective again. So we relax the space between our eyebrows. We soften our eyes again by warming them. We see things again more clearly. We thank ourselves, essentially. If you would, take your hands back in front of your hearts. Rub your palms for each other. It's really important to recognize other people, because that's what it's all about, eh? So rub your palms nice and warm today. Blink your eyes open nice and slow. Look around to each other if you would today. Just wish each other namaste. Namaste, everybody. Have a beautiful day today. Nice to see you all today. I'm glad you were really willing to do that. Good. Thank you, my friends. Cheers.